these teams are able to play low on the block with their back to the basket.
And how rare is that in today's game, Kevin?
Old school, you're right.
So we can slow down some possession. So if you can get some easy early opportunities, 10, 12 points that way, you know that when you settle into the half court, you've got the pace, you've got the guy you want with the ball, and you can produce points.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Hardaway. Then there's Paul Millsap, and it's Thabo Sapolosha. And it's Howard in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Screen by Adams, and Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Now that's a Westbrook mindset right there. I'm going through you. He doesn't allow his focus to be shaken, even when the defense gets a little bit nasty.
Now here's Schroeder. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
Felt like he was just a wizard in that one, guys. Some of those passes were absolutely magical. It was fun to watch.
Here's Westbrook following the basket by Dwight Howard. Roberson the pass to Westbrook. They set the screen. And the pass to Sabonis. Dishes it to Roberson. The tray. And that one is off. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And really, had they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game, I think that probably changes the outcome.
Yeah, that definitely would have had a positive impact on the game. Instead, the defense being played against them became more physical and unafraid to send them to the line. They failed to convert when they were at the charity stripe.
Screen by Adams. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Clock at 6. Trying his luck deep. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
Easy to say, hard to do. You got to put a body on Westbrook to get his athleticism away from the offensive glass.
Now here's Schroeder. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. The Thunder with the lead. Westbrook kicks to Grant. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. The shot's good from Westbrook.
He's getting anything he wants out there. He has this look in his eyes that says, nobody's going to stop me. Not tonight.
Now here's Schroeder. Howard with this screen on Westbrook. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Thunder out in front, up 3. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams.
So, like, the youngest over there has to do everything.
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, I'd say it might have toughened him up a little bit, that's for sure. Wow, 18? That is mind-boggling.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
They came out with the purpose of playing for one another, making the extra pass throughout that first quarter.
Yeah, swinging the ball around until they get a great look. That's how you pile up the assist totals and keep your coach happy.
Laverne is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Kyle Singler. Then there's Anthony Morrow. And it's Kristen in at the point guard. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. The Thunder shooting their first free throws of the game right now. The first free throw is good.
Well, you hear coaches talk often about the power of 5 and how a team can become greater than the sum of its parts. And there's no doubt that the Atlanta Hawks show and exemplify exactly that. High character, unselfish players, a team with no real superstars, but they certainly play the game the right way.
And some have wondered whether the Hawks have what it takes to win big, Brent, without a true superstar.
Well, they don't have one, Kevin, but I think they've put themselves in position to land one. They don't have any bad contracts. It's a team that's made the playoffs each of the last 9 seasons. And with Coach Budenholzer's recent success, I think some players may be invited to come and participate in that system.
And Muscala kicks to Corbin. We've got 1:55 left here in the second.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
And the play was executed exactly as you draw it up until the very end. He's kicking himself.
There's Kristen, Cantor, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And just thinking about the way Cantor's career has gone, a lot of high expectations early, Brent, and a starting job after he moved teams.
And I think that might be a key for Cantor in the role of being a scoring big man off the bench. Really can play to his strength, and he can take advantage of another team's second unit, maybe not ready or equipped to handle what he brings to the table offensively. Well, what you have to like about Enes Kanter, defense aside, is that he's an efficient scorer. He's got great instincts to offensive rebound and be in position for somebody to feed him the ball on the inside.
And Cantor drops them both. And for Cantor, his play is what everyone envisioned for him when he was taken 3rd overall back in that 2011 draft.
Well, the hopes for every general manager looking at Cantor was that he'd be a great low-post scorer, and that's where he's shown most of his prowess, there and at the offensive glass, where he just simply swallows everything up and puts it back in the basket.
And so it's Atlanta with it after Enes Kanter's miss. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Passes it to Laverne. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Laverne's got his first basket of the night.
Once Laverne gets positioned down low, it's pretty much game over. Hard to root him out.
Yeah, none too pleased with the play of his team. And you know what? They just need to get things sorted out.
Well, when your opponent keeps piling on like this, your only choice is to get together during a timeout and fix it.
And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Laverne. Jeremy Grant comes in for Kyle Singler. Roberson, he's checked in for Anthony Morrow. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Kristoff. Now here's Schroeder. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. To halt the run. It's hauled in by Adams. The Thunder leading by 11. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And Roberson kicks to Westbrook. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the Hawks. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
It was a loss last time they faced up against each other. A very tightly contested game that they felt they could have won.
Man, it felt like they probably would have won if they weren't saddled with all that foul trouble. They had to piece together some makeshift lineups late in that game. That might have cost them. And
that does it for the first half of play. Oklahoma City out in front as they dominate the last minutes of the quarter on an 8-0 run. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed a competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period, with 3 points being their largest cushion. They played a determined brand of basketball in the second quarter and began. It is just about.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Russell Westbrook really making a difference here.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
Might also look at the coach and his game plan in terms of trying to find those good looks. They'll be looking to do the same here down the stretch.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer, starting the second half. Cephalosha is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Howard. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Hardaway in at the 2. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, as always, the Atlanta Hawks run that fluid offensive system that is widely admired. You know, Steve Kerr, our old friend, used to say they get to the next level of their offense. You take away the first option, they automatically get to the second. You take that one, they automatically and fluidly get to the third option. And very few teams do that. Kevin?
Passing and shooting, DA, that's what it's all about. Thank you. Both good from the line that time.
And Dwight Howard, you know, he's lost some explosiveness over the years, but still remains an intimidating presence when he's healthy. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call him a #1 option on the offensive end, but still great in the pick and roll, better than most when it comes to posting, and defensively, when he's moving well, a straight beast.
So it's the Thunder now, after the basket by Atlanta. Schroeder kicks to Hardaway. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. There's the dish to Schroeder. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Paul Millsap.
Even though Millsap draws the contact there, he does an incredible job forcing that one through the hoop. Well, he is a huge reason why they have this lead.
Schroeder kicks to Cephalosha. Pass to Howard. Screen by Howard. That's a 2 from Cephalosha, and he overshot that one, missing.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
They're getting dangerous for the defense now. Russell Westbrook playing right now at ludicrous speed. All these points flowing. And you look at the Thunder last season, they were slept on as a contender for the title. Warriors and Spurs, very, very good, but in the same conference. Might have helped the Thunder to stay focused and fly under the radar just a little bit more.
Now a different look for Oklahoma City. Enes Kanter's checked in for Adams. Singler comes in for Jeremy Grant, and Anthony Morrow subbed in for Roberson. Now here is Humphries. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Bazemore dishes to Korver. Count it. And usually the Thunder are favorites to go deep, and that's exactly what they did last year, all the way to the Western Conference Finals.
Well, you look at what Westbrook represented in Oklahoma City over the past 5 or 6 seasons, and there's no doubt with that kind of talent, you're going to have a chance every year, Kevin, to make a deep push.
For Oklahoma City, they have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4.
And as a team, they're down around 72% for the season.
And he makes the first.
And the Thunder, one of the best shooting teams in the league. And if they don't get you with that first shot, they have guys inside prepared for those misses to hurt you the second time around.
Chris Dunn's checked in for Oklahoma City. Second free throw, no good. And you look at the Thunder's work on second effort plays. Brent, a lot of big bodies in their front court who don't mind throwing their weight around.
Well, Russell Westbrook himself is a phenomenal rebounding guard, but I think what happens, too, is that players on OKC set themselves up in great position to clean up any misses.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. The feed to Muscala. He kicks to Korver. 20 seconds left in the third. Bazemore inside the three-point line. Misses the jumper.
I have no clue what happened with the defense there, but they should be thanking their lucky stars that somehow he bricked that golden opportunity.
Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
Now in the lineup for your Thunder, Joffrey Laverne.
With 1 on the clock, the shot comes out. And we've reached the end of the third. Thunder lead by 8. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was.
We've done a great job moving the ball. Let's keep.
The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. The Hawks trail by 8. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. So for Oklahoma City right now, Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Adams is out there with LeVert. And it's Grant in at the 3 slot. Here's Robertson. Screen by Adams. There's a screen. And Robertson kicks to Westbrook. Back to Robertson. Shot clock at 5. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Roberson's got the lead up to 11 now for the Thunder. Screen by Howard. Ritter passes to Hardaway. And team chemistry is so interesting to look at, Brent. You see some teams like the Warriors, players accept lesser roles. Andre Iguodala stands out, a Finals MVP 2 years ago. But in other teams, it's a problem. What creates, in your mind, that difference?
I think you have to understand who you are first and foremost. I know Greg Popovich all the time talks about guys checking their ego at the door and understanding how important it is for you to accept your role. And the quicker you do it, Kevin, the more you can accomplish in the season. There were many years in the NBA where a lot of guys did not understand what the coach was asking them to do until after the All-Star break. And after they accepted the role, the team would have this great run of wins, but too late. If it was 2 months sooner, it would have been teams that would have participated in the postseason.
Coaches, GMs, they love the skill, but they also like the mind that goes with it and the framework with which they're going to play on that team.
It speaks to guys having maturity, Kevin, and that's sometimes hard to come by with how young the league is.
Oklahoma City making a change here. Sabonis is checked in. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Schroeder dishes to Hardaway. Inside. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And inside is where Howard does the most damage, especially how he gets these calls.
Good on the first, and that brings them to within 10. Enes Kanter's checked in for Adams. He hits both from the strike.
And the former first overall pick in the 04 draft, Howard has had a stellar career, a dominant force who continues to frustrate the opposition.
Now here's Westbrook. Kicks to Kanter. Here's Grant. Makes it off the glass. And the Thunder lead by 11.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Oklahoma City.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I'll tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game, and I think ultimately that earned the W.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win. And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Russell Westbrook.
I don't know, felt like he just had complete understanding of the entire offense tonight and knew how to gain advantage on every possession. Just a smart, savvy performance at that end of the court.
Here's Robertson. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to